Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter, very censored. First things first. Yeah, I'm not going to break out into dancing just yet or singing. This episode is being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, all things in between. Basically, all things Vince. Maybe, maybe not, but you got to check out and you got to see for yourself. I know exactly where I would like to go. I know where I want to end up. However, another thing. Regs, we back at it again. We do what we do. This feels like every single day, but it's not every single day. It just feels that way because we got this special, unique bond that we share. We don't have words for it, but somebody going to come up with it one day, and that's cool. That's okay. But we don't need that right now. Noob, that's still here. Thank you. Stay a couple more seconds or until the very end and become a part of one of us. Non-verbal communicating peeps, I just want to shout you out. I just want to give you an SO because we communicate non-verbal, but that's for everyone else and not you. And not you. I always knew and I always know that pedestrians have the right of way. Even when they're wrong, they're right. Because they're pedestrians and I'm inside a vehicle and this vehicle weighs a lot. This vehicle can do a lot of damage. This vehicle is where the magic happens, where the magic is destroyed, and where the magic is conquered. You pick, you choose. I gave you multiple options. I'm just the narrator. I am just the narrator. And it wasn't filling the blank. So you just go ahead and say, thank you. And I'll just go ahead and say, you're welcome. Now that that is out of the way. Now that that's out of the way. In the vehicle is where all these things occur. And regs already know. It's my happy place. It is my happy place where I can sing, where I can dance, where I can make my chest pop. I can do what it do. I can listen to my tunes. I can be in discovery mode. My super, yes, duper awareness game is getting reframed, is being on point because steel sharpens steel and not the steel like the 5-finger discount steel, but the metal ore, that type of steel, mind you. When I'm inside my vehicle, I'm already on top of my game when it comes to super duper awareness. Then my intuition and my gut feeling, I am just leaning and rocking. Lean with it, rock with it, with them. They tell me to do something. They give me some indicators. I'm doing it because there's no way that I can be completely focused on any and everything inside the G-Rod, especially when I'm dancing. Especially when I'm making the chest pop, especially when I am singing with my bird-like voice. So I already know that pedestrians have the right of way, but there's definitely a time or two where that question comes up in my mind, and this is why I really don't trust my mind as much as I should anymore, because it is putting together all these logical pieces to the puzzle that I don't need to be solved at any given time, especially when I'm inside the ride. And that is, pedestrians have the right of way. Pedestrians are correct. But if it's an area where pedestrians should not be, do they still have the right of way? I know. The question is or the answer to the question is obvious. But when you are thinking or have a thinker's mind, or when you follow things to its logical conclusion, or when you are strictly by the rule and there's no deviation, you're strictly by the rule and there's no middle or there's no gray area, and it's all black or white, no gray. It's either ones or zeros, no tens, no 0 1s, mind you. And that's where things can get a little bit of complicated. That's when things can get a little bit of shaky. That's when things can go a little bit haywire. And that's me pretending to be a robot, me pretending to be a computer. Although about 60% of you think I'm a computer and robot anyway. But hey, what else can I do to show you I'm a human being? That's not a serious question. I don't need an answer because I don't care. I don't care. Can we continue? All right, we can continue. We can. But with the gray area, sometimes those that can't get there, those who are robotic in nature, those who are strictly by the rule, either yes or no and nothing in between, they can get help sometime. And that's why, that's what brings me to that point in this, where why is that there? Why is that saying that? I don't need this. I don't need this. But it took a little reflection. It took me stepping back and trying to understand, why am I seeing what I'm seeing? And this is the answer that I got to. But allow me to set it up for you. Allow me to explain in further details, because I know you want them. I know you want them, especially the one noob that's still here. Come on, hang with the rest of us. Hang out to the end. Hang out to the end. And everybody else, I ain't got to say nothing, because we're going to ride this puppy till the wheels fall off. We're going to ride this until the wheels fall off. But definitely not blow up any engines. Definitely not blow up any engines, because I ain't about that life no more. I ain't about that life no more. And I am trying to show that I've changed. I'm trying to show that I've changed and I'm not about that life anymore. But there are certain places where you would assume, there are certain places where if you wasn't strictly by the rule and there was a little gray area and things can happen or things can occur there's no explanation for, you would understand that even though pedestrians should not be on the highway, the local route, the freeway, or anywhere on a road where there's no place to walk and it's just lanes, it's just places for cars to go vroom, vroom, vroom. But if your car making that sound, I'd suggest free advice. I suggest you go get it looked at, because it ain't supposed to make that sound. It ain't supposed to make that sound. You're welcome again. You're welcome again. See, I'm just giving so much free advice and just so much, what is it? Not advice, but suggestions. Not suggestions either, or in addition to suggestions, this is in addition to free advice. There's so much information, so much intel, and it's right there. You pick, you choose. It's there. You pick, you choose. Vroom, vroom. Not supposed to sound like that. Not supposed to sound like that. But there are places where pedestrians shouldn't be. Even though pedestrians shouldn't be there, there's a certain bells and whistles that go off in our head that say, even though a pedestrian should not be here, we should not engage. they still should have the right of way. And if you are able to let them do what it do and go by, let them. You are in a vehicle. They don't have a vehicle. You are in a vehicle. They don't have one. They win. They win. Maybe not a different game if you decide to play that, and I suggest you don't. But they should win any and every decision made that's not actively hurting you or preventing you from getting hurt. They win. That's how my intuition and gut feelings work when it comes to that. I don't need my mind to just process all of these different angles, process all of this different information to allow me to get to that. Because I'm there already. I am there already. But there's some minds that need that to process, need that to figure out that even though a person should not be there, even though a pedestrian should not be on the local route, should not be on the highway, they still have the right of way. They still have the right of way because they are a pedestrian. They are a human being, and whatever decision that made them make this journey that they shouldn't be taking, they got bigger issues, and you should just take one of those issues away. And taking one of those issues away is just giving them the right of way. Just letting them go. Just let it go. And that's why I came to that, and that's why I started to think about why am I seeing what I'm seeing? And then I realized that there are those people that need to be told. There are those people that need to follow something out to its logical conclusion. There are those people that need to go from A, B, C, D, E, and they just can't go from A to Z. They need the in between. And that's why when I was doing what it do on the local route, on the highway, singing, dancing, making my chest pop, listening to my favorite tunes, and just doing in my happy zone, lean with it, rocking with it, and all of the other things. And all of the other things. And that's why this, how can I put this? This sign that said, watch out for pedestrians, or pedestrians have the right of way, or, don't hit pedestrians if you see them on the highway. And that's why my mind was like, ooh, is that really needed? Is that really necessary? But like I've already pointed out at the beginning, before we got here, yeah, it's necessary. People can't go from A to Z. People have to go step by step by step by step before the light comes on, before they figure it out, or before there's enough information to get them to the right space, get them to the right place. Trust me, this is still a no judge zone. This is still a no judge zone. Ha, 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 ha. Brr. However, I'm grateful that there's signs saying pedestrians still have the right of way on the local route. But I'm scared out of my mind's eye that it needs to be said when you have a vehicle that's basically a weapon. If it would ever to come in contact with a pedestrian. Yeah, not good at all. Not good at all. Well, thank you once again for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the website at extra.vdgsports.com. That is extra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well. VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share, do whatever it is you do there. Comment if you may, comment if you must. Yeah, do what you do. Do what you do. And this episode, I repeat, was sponsored by, if you missed it at the beginning, VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, all things Vince, and in between. Thank you for your time. Thank you, one noob who stuck around. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back. Go ahead and give yourself some flea claps. Go ahead and let's give this noob a standing ovation. They deserve it. And you know what else you deserve? You deserve peace out. Up until that point.